Hi, welcome to another edition of Meet the Author, where we're not meeting an author today. We are meeting a publisher. So I'm David Green, and with me is Bella Pagan. How are you doing
Good, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to the interview.
for all the questions that we have prepared for you? Yes. Okay, let's get into them. So first one is really straightforward. Where are you based?
Based in London, so quite near the Tor UK offices, which is helpful, but rather far from Scotland.
Yeah, I'm not in Scotland either, which is great. Because obviously you work for Tor, so it's great that you're nearby.
Yeah, sort of Tor is international, but our London offices are kind of only, I think, 4 stops away on the tube, so incredibly convenient.
Excellent. And what? Because obviously this is for Worldcon, where and it's going to be in Glasgow in 2024. What is your experience of Scotland?
Well, I love Scotland, and my grandfather was Scottish, and my aunt lives in the Outer Hebrides, so definitely very in favour of Scotland. And its food, love haggis, and I'm not sure why there's so much macaroni cheese, but I love that too.
Is there really a lot of macaroni and cheese?
Yeah, like so much. I was really surprised. I think I was quite surprised about the amount of macaroni cheese that I encountered when I was last in Scotland.
Because we were in Scotland recently together, actually, which I
Oh, yes.
yes, we were in Edinburgh, and I keep remembering about the giant guacamole nacho mountain thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not very Scottish.
Um, so as we said, you're a publisher at Tor. So why don't you give us an elevator pitch for the next book Tor is publishing, if you can.
Well, we publish so many books in a year, so it's hard to know really which one to choose. But to choose a sort of British, someone set in the British Isles, which seems sort of topical. Song of the Huntress by Lucy Holland is out next March, and it's a captivating folklore-based fantasy of treachery, loyalty, and lost love. So I would definitely recommend people put that on their reading list.
Excellent, excellent stuff. And as a complete different topic, what is your favorite ice cream?
Dark chocolate, very dark, with dark chocolate sprinkles, maybe chocolate flavored cream.
Just complete triple chocolate.
Yeah, perhaps in a chocolate cone.
Just go for it with a Freddo sticking out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that sounds absolutely perfect.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it at FantasyCon. So going back onto kind of writing and everything like that, who is the favorite main character that you've worked on, or is there anyone that kind of stands out?
Again, there's just so many of them, but I think that because I've been working on it pretty recently and also it's Scottish referenced, I'd have to say Roper from Tendai Huchu's Edinburgh Nights series is a real favourite. Very apt because we're talking about the Scottish Worldcon, and Roper is witty, mouthy, and spooky, and knows how to solve a crime when ghosts are involved. And T.L. Huchu's series starts with the Library of the Dead, set in Edinburgh, and his next one is The Mystery at Dunvegan Castle, which is on the Isle of Skye. So I would definitely recommend that as a go-to Scottish science fiction and fantasy book.
Excellent stuff. And again, complete change of tact. Star Trek or Star Wars? Like if you have to choose
It's
between the
kind
two.
of it's kind of impossible because I think that you watch them both for different reasons, but I have a lot of nostalgia about Star Trek, and watching it at university with my physicist friends. I
Okay.
didn't do physics, but I had a lot of physicist friends.
Which Star Trek was it they were watching? Was it like
Next generation.
Generation? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Picard.
yeah. As a fellow bald person, I'm very fond of Picard.
He made a great captain.
He was, wasn't he? He was lovely.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah,
Starlog supplemental and
yeah,
pulling down at the jerkin and
yeah. The Picard maneuver. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, was it? Was that called?
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's what it's called. That's what I always called it. There was
Well, there
also
was the Riker there was the Riker maneuver.
yeah, the way that you sat
Chair
down.
thing. Yeah, when you sat on the chair.
As you know, I like to watch videos with Riker in them, and one of them is one of the favorite ones to watch is a series of him just sitting down.
Oh, yes, I've seen that. That's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder what he makes of it.
If I was him, I would just do that in general life. Just be like, look, just own it wherever he goes to sit. So, have you attended a World Con before?
Oh, yeah, I've attended a few World Cons. In fact, my first World Con was the last Glasgow World Con
All right,
in 2005. That was my first one. And my last World Con was Dublin in 2019.
very good. And do you enjoy them? I mean, obviously, you're really busy at them.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just we're just so lucky to have like a Worldcon come to sort of our sort of part of the world again, because they're pretty expensive to get to, but once you're there, like there's just so many different authors and genre things going on, so many tracks of activities. I mean, it's just kind of like really full on immersive, incredible experience to go to if you're a science fiction or fantasy fan.
Okay, and so going back to the work and everything, obviously you're publishing now for Tor, but you've worked in a few other places, and obviously you came in as an editor. So what kind of inspired you to become an editor?
Um, I just think the variety of the job of being an editor is incredibly exciting. The amount of different things that you can do creatively, the amount that just really just bringing science fiction and fantasy to readers because I absolutely love. I've always been an absolute passionate fan of science fiction and fantasy, and so to do it as a job is incredible. And in terms of actually editing, I love working with authors to make a book the best version of itself. And a reader would never know the amount of input that an editor had or hadn't had, but just the act of working with the author to perhaps tune things up and tweaking things and amending things is just incredibly satisfying.
I love working with a good editor, so it's always great.
I mean, it can be sort of really fundamental, like chopping or changing entire plot lines, removing main characters, changing the beginning or the first third of the book so it starts in a different place, or completely changing the ending. Or it might just be fine-tuning some details and just polishing it up. Each book is different and each one needs different things to make it the best version of itself. But you know, the editor's work is behind the scenes, and that's how it should be because it's about the author's work at the end of the day, and they're the ones that created it.
So again, another change to something completely wildly different. What is your favorite music or band?
Well, I don't have a favorite band, and favorite music depends on my mood, so that's quite difficult to answer. But I do have a soft spot for Gorky's Zygotic Monkey, a Welsh band, and I'm currently listening to some Weezer, Macabre, Pearl Jam, and Hot Chip, so a few different things.
Variety. And for the last question, which you'll be very relieved to know, um, what um, what are you excited? I mean, there's a lot of you've already said there's a lot of stuff to be excited about with what you do and with Tor. But is there anything in particular that you're excited about next 12 months with Tor?
I mean, it's just there's just we're spoiled for choice really because you know each month we're publishing a variety of different books in different science fiction fantasy subgenres by authors who are either debuts or bestsellers or kind of specialists in their particular subgenre, so that's really tricky. We've got Cassandra Clare, Olivie Blake, Alex Harrow, TJ Klune, Adrian Tchaikovsky, also Shelley Parker-Chan's follow-up to her phenomenal retelling She Became the Sun is out in August, which is huge around the world. And then in October, we've got Cassandra Clare's first adult epic fantasy, which is Swordcatcher. And that's an absolute vibrant new world of power, intrigue, and magic. There's the beginning of a spellbinding epic. And then also, if you love cozy fantasy, Rebecca Thorne's You Can't Spell Treason Without T is out in ebook at the moment and out in hardback next May. And that's where the world's most powerful mage and a murderous queen's bodyguard run away together to open a bookshop that sells tea. And that'll be extremely cozy and exciting. So they're just a few of the kind of many, many, many exciting things that we have in store. So I hope readers enjoy them all.
Yeah, and it's really, really great as well. I've read it and it's fantastic.
Well, there we go. It's the first endorsement here. Press the click button.
Definitely will. Yeah, definitely. It'll be linked below on everything else that you've mentioned. But that's the end of the questions we've got. So thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about yourself and about Tor. And everyone else, please check out the channel for even more interviews with creators and writers and everyone else involved in Worldcon 2024. So thank you.
Thank you for watching this interview. Find more Meet the Author interviews on our YouTube channel, along with Indie Author Reading Library performances and recordings of previous panels. Hit subscribe to get notifications for every new video. Find us at glasgow2024.org and as Glasgow in 2024 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Check out our cool merch on redbubble.com/people/Glasgow2024/shop and consider joining by emailing volunteers at glasgow2024